We'll see how this goes here. I want to do an Ask Me Anything, but I'm not seeing anyone showing up. Oh, here we go. Hey, Star Slam. So I don't know what the delay is on this versus using the encoding software I was using, but I don't know. It's just pretty easy to do this. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Oh, look, we got 47 people in here already. Take your shirt off, someone said. I'm actually not doing the shirt off ones. And I'll tell you why I'm not doing the shirt off live streams right now. It's because I'm fucking fat and I'm embarrassed about it. I'm being honest with you guys. Like I'm really like fat right now. Like I know it doesn't like totally look like it, but I'm not. I like to look good when I look good. So yeah, so I'm not doing it yet. In another week or two, right? When I got the beach bod going, then I fell off the wagon quite a bit. Actually, it was pretty bad. It was just, I don't know. I've been trying to go through this like metamorphosis, like not that I'm trying to, but I've been going through this metamorphosis. So hey, my sister is here. So hey, Tamara, how you doing? So yeah, so I've been kind of going through this metamorphosis, like not that you plan these things, but whatever happens. So. Hey, Aware Rabbit, what's up, bro? How you doing? JC says, own that shit. Yeah. Now you got to own it. Like, you got to be honest. Like, I could bullshit you and say, but I'm telling you, honestly, I'm just not in the shape that I want to be right now. So I'm not embarrassed about like that. Like, but I just don't want to, I don't want to bullshit you. So, you're obviously not on steroids. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see. Well, no, it's true. But yeah, no, I had the falling off the wagon where I was basically, I got sick and stuff. Like I could blame it on that, but really I ate like shit and I just didn't feel motivated and just, it happens right from time to time, but I'm back in track. Actually, today was a really good day. I decided to do a live stream because I started just getting a bunch of shit done and not procrastinating on it. And I forgot how good that feels. Like it actually gets you going again. So yeah, I'm actually making good progress. I'm on a fast right now. I haven't eaten since Monday. It's Wednesday now, and Monday night. And so I'll be eating after my workout today. In fact, I'm going to have to leave here in probably like 20 minutes to go get my pre-workout and then head to the gym. So Francisco wants to know, hey, John, where I can send you an email. No emails right now. I mean, you could do john@simpleprogrammer.com and like my minions will read it and they might pass it on to me, but I'm trying to like disconnect myself from that flow right now. Unfortunately, you can leave comments on videos. That's the best thing for now. So I do read all the comments on all the videos and cry sometimes. So, all right, let's see what we got here. This isn't Ask Me Anything, so you can ask me anything. But I don't know if I'll answer too many programming related questions, just so you guys know, because this is now the John Sonmez channel, not Simple Programmer. Simple Programmer is still awesome, but so Star Slim says, I think there's a 4-second delay. Thank you. Appreciate you guys helping me out here. Oh, oh gosh. Coding and Flow says, please say I am John Solmaz, the Bulldog, and he gave me five euros to do it. So I am John Solmaz, the Bulldog. All right, there you go. That's I will say things for 5 euros. That's how that I'm your whore. So, all right, what do we got here? Let's find some good questions. What are we talking about today? I don't know. That's a good question. What are we talking about today? There's I'm looking for some good questions here. Okay, here's one. I'll just hit this real quick. John, thoughts on modafinil and nootropics. I like to say it that way. But okay, so here's the thing. I see a lot of these things. First of all, I've tried some nootropics, and I haven't found them to be very effective. Okay. Now, I haven't done a lot of research in this, but I do find like prescription drugs like modafinil and Adderall to be crutches. And here's the thing, like, yes, those may give you some cognitive enhancement for some period of time and give you focus and help you to succeed in life. But ultimately, like, what happens when you don't have that and you're dependent on it? And so anything in life that you need in order to sustain a level or to reach a level, but you can't sustain it when you're lacking that thing, that's a crutch. So that's why I use that term, crutches, right? They help you walk. When you don't have the crutches and you have a broken leg, you are, what is it? You're fucked, right? That's basically it. So don't do things that weaken you. Okay. It's better. Okay. And here's why. Okay. Again, I'm maybe from time to time I'd be okay with you taking, modafinil or Adderall. Okay, that's fine. Maybe from time to time, just like going out, you guys. I talk about like maybe from time to time having a couple of drinks and being able to be a little bit more in less inhibition and going and talking to girls. Okay, maybe from time to time. But here's the thing: don't do shit that weakens you when you need to be strengthened. Okay, I see guys in the weight room with the stupid like bench shirts, right? That give you like that and they're like, oh, I can bench more with this. No fucking shit, you can bench more with that, but you're not actually working the muscle more. Okay. So the idea is this is that like these things that may help you, should you not work on increasing your focus, right? So if you just worked on the weakness that you have of increasing your focus, you would develop more as a human being, and you'd see a wide range of effects, of positive effects, rather than just solving that one thing, right? So again, so we could take steroids as an example, right? Steroids are a crutch for lifting, for getting muscle strength and looking ripped. Okay. Now, if you take them, okay, you will achieve a better physique. You will. It's true. Okay. So then you say, well, John, why wouldn't I fucking take this shortcut? It makes sense. It's not a crutch. Here's why: is because it will only, crutches help you temporarily in one aspect. Okay. Whereas if instead of taking steroids, you go to the gym and you bust your ass and you work your ass off, okay, what you're going to develop in addition to the muscles, maybe not as much as the steroids, okay, but you're going to develop discipline. Okay, you're going to develop mental focus. You're going to develop grit. You're going to develop all that shit because you're going to realize it's a much harder struggle to be a natural and to go through all this and to build that. The same thing I could say with the modafinil with the focus. Okay, your ADD or whatever the fuck, or bullshit diagnosis that doctors give for spectrums of personalities. But regardless, okay, because I've been diagnosed with it. But my point is this: okay, you go and you take this pill. It makes you focus. Okay. Now you've deprived yourself of the growing and learning experience and the other character depth that you're going to achieve from actually struggling through the shit and figuring out how to do this. Believe me, if I can go from my fucking crazy ADD, I mean, literally, I mean, my sister's here. She can tell you I'm climbing up the fucking walls. Okay. Crazy, can't sit still. If I can figure out how to focus and write two giant books, an 800-page book, and to build this YouTube channel and build a business and do all this stuff, you can do it. And if I took drugs to do that, oh man, I would have missed out on so much of the depth and the pain that caused me to grow as a person and become better. So again, like I said, if something's a crutch, it's helping you in one dimension. Okay. And without it, you're screwed. And that's why it's bad. So again, like I said, if you want from time to time, if you need a short burst of focus, okay, I could see that, right? Be careful, because once you get like addicted to results, you want them to come just as easy. So I'd be really, really careful with that. But I'm not, again, I don't try to preach at you from a moralistic viewpoint. I don't care if you fucking take drugs. I don't care if you sleep with hookers. I don't care, like, from a moralistic viewpoint. I have morals, like I have views on these things, but I don't care. Like, I'm not going to preach at you from that. What I'm going to say is, like, what benefits you the most. That's the thing, because people don't, I'm not going to fucking guilt you. Like, guilting and feeling guilt and guilting people is very, very low vibration, as a new age would say, but the concept is solid. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I got a $2 question from the John Morris Show, and he says, thoughts on the carnivore diet. So I've looked at this a little bit. The carnivore diet is basically a diet where you just eat meat. I think it makes sense. I think it's fine. I don't think there's any problem. I think it's very similar to ketogenic diet. In fact, it's higher in protein, so it's probably better for building muscle. Everything that I've studied, that I've been seeing lately, especially, has been pointing to the fact that the best way to increase muscle synthesis is to eat a lot of protein, right? And so, I don't think there's any issue with that. There is a book that you should read if you're considering the carnivore diet, which is How Not to Die. It's a very biased book. I've got it. Look on my channel and you can see my review on it, but it does have some really important stuff in there. Stuff like turmeric is really, really beneficial. Eating a lot of leafy greens, there's a lot of beneficial, health benefits in that. Now, some of those might be counteracted, like or made up for by fasting for long periods of time, or not having carbohydrates and not have an inflammatory response from sugars and things like that and wheat. So I don't know. I would. Here's the thing: if you're interested in doing the carnivore diet, try it on yourself and see if it works, and measure your, get your blood checked and measure your levels and give it a feel out for, if and see if it works. Personally, I don't think it's, there's not going to be any magic in it. I'll tell you that, right? Every single fucking diet, I've done ketogenic diet, I've done Mediterranean diet, I've done high carb, low carb, every single thing, diet, fasting, intermittent fasting, all these things. There's no magic to any of it as far as like losing fat or something like that. Okay, so there's not going to be any magic like that. All right. What do we got here? Wow. Okay. we've got someone who's clearly got ADD. If you spam question, like, and this time I'm going to reward you for bad behavior, but I'll just ban you from the channel or have a moderator ban you. But I will answer this since you're very persistent. So you get one time the persistence bonus. Otherwise, from then on, and then everyone who emulates you gets slapped in the wrist. So, all right. So, Music Locate says, John, any tips on learning efficiently with ADHD? Okay, the biggest thing I would say is that, and I'm gonna apply this to a broader spectrum of it, right? Again, I tend to think that ADHD is kind of bullshit, because it's bullshit and it's not, right? It's like an actual set of character traits that some people have, right? I've got those character traits, but it's not a fucking medical diagnosis. That's bullshit. Okay, but here's the thing: if you do have those traits, okay, where you're kind of easily distracted and you have trouble focusing, and you've got a lot of energy, what you need to do is you need to be aware. Self-awareness solves a lot of problems, okay? And the problem is that most people are not self-aware, or when they are self-aware, they're judgmentally self-aware. And being judgmentally self-aware is sometimes worse than being ignorant, okay? Because when you're judgmentally self-aware, what you do is you say, I'm like this and that's bad, okay? So I'll give you another example, just like to side trail this is, if you're looking in the mirror and you're like, you're fat, and you're self-aware that you're fat, and you're like, I'm fat, I'm bad. Okay, your chances of losing weight are very, very slim. But if you're like, hey, I'm fat, I'm a fat fucker right now, I don't want to be fat anymore, I'm going to change it, but I'm cool where I am right now, like you're accepting that, then you can make progress, because you're not in that guilt fucking remorse cycle. And so you need to become aware of what your deficiency is. So when you say you have ADHD, don't give me that label. Tell me what your actual problems are. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit down and I want you to think about, okay, what is the actual problems I have with learning? And it's like, I'm just not interested in something. Okay, like I it's things that don't hold my interest. Okay, that could be a problem. Or I try to like read, and then I just like get distracted. I have all these other thoughts I'm thinking in my head, so I have a hard time focusing on stuff. Okay, fine. I'm impulsive, so like I like just do bad shit that gets me into trouble, and it messes with my, like I stay up too late and I do stuff that like I want to do, and so I don't get enough sleep. And so make the list of the problems and then figure out how can you tackle each one of those problems, because see, you can't solve a big thing like ADHD. I can't give you some advice and be like, oh, if you're ADHD, you tell me what your problems are, and then you figure out how to solve each one of those problems. Because each one of those things, I could give you an answer, and you could give yourself an answer. You can already, like, the secret to coaching yourself, the secret to coaching anyone, is to identify their problems, and then once that you know what the problem is, identify the solution to that problem. Okay, and then you just connect the two. You just start doing the solution to the problem, right? This is very, very simple stuff, very basic stuff. I know you guys already know this, but sometimes you have to hear someone say it, right? Wisdom is nothing more than common sense that someone else has told you, right? Like, so if you want to have some self-knowledge, some self-wisdom, that's what you do. You diagnose. When I have problems in my life and I'm trying to figure out shit and how to get shit done and my deficiencies, I honestly look at them, I accept them. I don't say I'm bad because of them. And then I actually look at the actual problems and I say, okay, to address this problem, this is the solution. This is what I need to do. So again, going back to the ADHD thing, let's say that let's say that we'll pick on one of these things that what was I gonna say? That you have trouble focusing. Like if you're, or let's say you're not interested in things. Okay, that's not even fucking true because you're super fucking obsessed about certain things. It's just that you're choosing to be obsessed about. Like those are the things that you are obsessed about. So maybe the answer to in that case is to find something that you're actually interested in learning about. Why would you learn shit that you're not interested in? Maybe you have to, but a lot of things you don't have to. You just think that you have to. You're choosing a path that's set for you. There's nothing you have to do in life, okay, except for maybe pay taxes. All right, as tax season's coming up, that sucks. But so all right, so I think that pretty much is all I got to say about that today. And let's see here. All right, I have a 2-pound question from Sly Dragon. He says, or maybe it's not a question. He says, I was 227 pounds and 215 and gone down to 165 in 2 years. Awesome. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's cool. I want to know if you use some of the advice, like, did you do 1 meal a day? It's Rusty C. Okay. And he says, I have a professor that talks to me like I'm dumb and it kills my confidence in the advice. Okay. I have a Muay Thai instructor that talks to me like I'm dumb and a fucking retard and a piece of shit. And so how do I deal with that? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like I'm like, and I tell other people in the class sometimes, I'm like, to be honest with you, like he's an awesome guy. I like him, right? But sometimes I'm like, it doesn't matter what you do. You might as well do what you think is right because you're gonna be fucking wrong anyway, right? And that's a good attitude to have. Like the idea that when dealing with certain people, it doesn't matter what you say or do, right? In fact, it's in general, like people, it's a little bit of a higher level thought, but it doesn't matter because you're going to be wrong anyway. That's kind of the lower level version of that thought. But the higher level version of that thought is I don't give a fuck what other people think about me in general. Right. So again, that's a little bit harder to live. It's a little bit harder to not give a fuck. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort to live your life in a way that you don't give a fuck, honestly. Okay. I give a fuck a lot of times that I shouldn't. I've liberated myself a lot from that. But let's start at the lower level. So this professor guy, if you know that he's going to attack you and attack your confidence and treat you like a retard, just expect that from the beginning. A lot of times when we get upset in life, or in fact, all the time when we get angry, it's when we have an expectation, okay? And what happens is that reality does not meet our expectation. If you want to have better relationships with people, if you want to not walk around being butthurt all the time, don't have expectations. Have no expectations. Just be like, fuck, this is like, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Forrest Gump was pretty wise. He didn't get pissed off very often, right? Because he didn't have expectations. He's just like, fuck, this is awesome. This is cool. I'm meeting the president. I'm running. I'm doing this, right? And he didn't have these expectations. He didn't have expectations on people, except for maybe a little bit on Jenny. But my point is this, is that like, don't have an expectation on your professor. Don't have an expectation that he thinks you're smart or that like, just if you're going to have any expectation, have a low one, have one that, yeah, you know what the reality is. He's going to treat you like you're an idiot. Okay. And so let him be fine with that. Just don't have an expectation other than that. Okay. And then just accept it and just be fine. And it's not going to hurt your call. It doesn't matter what this guy thinks. It doesn't matter what he says. And here's another angle, right? Sometimes when you're having trouble, like psychologically doing something I'm telling you, because you know it's right, like you shouldn't give a fuck, but you do, or like a lot of times, like I'm telling you guys, you're not going to get hurt going and talking to this girl. You're not going to get hurt. Like, it's just like rejection. It's not a big deal. It's not going to physically harm you. But you're like, yeah, I know that, John, but I still fear the fear and I can't. And you're like, get over the fear. Okay. So a lot of times what you can do when you can't apply that advice is what you can do is you can just like kind of do like a trick. You can do like a context shift. You can flip things around. So in this instance, okay, if you can't not care what the professor says, then what can you do? How can you switch this situation around to make it kind of beneficial, right? So maybe you make a game and you're like, okay, I want to see how much I can get this guy to treat me like an idiot. So I'm going to like pretend this role that I'm an idiot so he treats me this way. And I want to see how ridiculous I can make this, right? That's fun, right? Or maybe you're just going to make a count of that. You're turning a loss into a win, right? Or another context shift, right? I love these context shifts. Is this is how I would think about it if I were you. I'd be like, man, and I think about this in my Muay Thai class. I'm like, fuck, I love this. Fucking attack me, man. Fucking make me try to make me feel like shit. Because the more that you do this, I'm getting like some real good exercise on like getting resilience, right? So fucking do it. Like, call me a retard. Yes. Fuck yeah. Because now when I'm walking down the street, when I'm making a YouTube video, when some girl rejects me, like, for you guys, I'm like, ha ha ha. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like, I've gone through worse. That's the best that you can do, motherfucker. That's not good at all. Like, I've already gone through worse. So you see what I'm saying? Context shift. Like, you change this up and you make it something else. Right now, you have an outcome in mind. Your outcome is, I want to prove to my professor that I'm smart, or I want him to accept me, or I need external validation from him. Watch, by the way, on the channel, search for external validation. And any topic I talk about, by the way, if you just search on this channel, you will find a video on it, because there's 2,300 videos on this channel. Okay, so instead of making it the game where you need to be smart or you need to get external validation, make it the game, a different game where you can win. Okay, that's the biggest thing. All right, let me see. What do we got here? Keep doing the live streams, and thank you for answering my question. Time to revise. All right, music locate. Let me see. The chat is scrolling pretty quickly here, so get the likes up, people. I like that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, like the video. Let's get the likes up. I don't know if that will actually play into the YouTube algorithm, but hey, let's see. This is from OOP, and he says, "Yo, John, how do you balance the feeling of not giving a fuck about life's pressures and getting shit done?" So that's kind of like the Zen type of question of life, right? Like, how do you not give a fuck about the pressures of life, but then get shit done? It comes from an internal locus of control versus an external one, right? So if I am constantly trying to please other people, get validation from other people, get material goods, right? Things to have outcomes that I want, that I need because I'm lacking, then I will inherently have to give a fuck. Okay. But if I care about how I feel about myself, if I care about my viewpoint and my judgment on myself in situations, if I care about my validation, my self-validation of how of the praise I give myself, okay, and I see life as an adventure, and I see it as a movie that I am taking part in, and I don't know what's coming. Again, this is that whole life is like a box of chocolates, right? I could spin off on that same idea, but basically, if I see it as I don't have expectations, and I just love whatever's coming at me, bro, whatever's happening, it's fine, then I can push hard for the sake of me pushing hard, right? Of trying to break through barriers, of trying to achieve things in my personal development of my life versus, it doesn't matter if they give, like, okay, I don't run, like, I've got all these medals from half marathons. First of all, I'm not going to win first place, okay? And second of all, I don't run because they're going to give me a fucking medal, okay? It doesn't matter. Like, you can, I run the 13 miles and I set my best and I feel like I fucking kicked ass and I trained for this shit, all right? And if you give me a medal or not, or a fucking banana, I don't care, right? I mean, it's nice to have the medal as a memento and to, like, puff up your ego a little bit. But honestly, like, the reason why I ran it was not to get a fucking medal. Like, and again, you have to disconnect here, right? I would say this. Suppose I ran a half marathon or ran a full marathon, or suppose I didn't. Let's say I didn't, and someone just gave me the medal for it. And like, here you go. Here you go. Here's a marathon medal. Am I going to wear that around my neck and be happy and be proud of that? Some people would. Some people would. Honestly, like, people, you've heard of stolen valor and stuff like that. Right? Some people would. But I'm not. I'm be like, fuck that. I don't want that medal. I didn't earn that medal. So it's the same thing as I run the race and I don't get the medal, or you don't give me the prize. You don't give me the validation. You don't say congratulations. It doesn't matter because I'm not doing it for that. Okay. I'm doing it because I want to grow as a person. So that's how you do it. That's how you not give a fuck about the outcomes, about the circumstances in life, because you can't control those things. And but what you can control, where you do grow, is internally, right? That's the thing, and people can't take that away from you, and you get to decide. Where you got to start giving yourself a pat on the back. You got to start telling yourself, "Good job," and caring more about that than anything else, and that will carry over into the rest of your life. That, about not giving a fuck about fate and circumstances, it'll be not giving a fuck about what other people think, because when you value yourself and your own opinion, right? Again, I couldn't do this YouTube channel if I was like constantly like caring what you guys think. I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you guys are supporting me. I love you guys. You're awesome. Okay. And gals. But I don't give a fuck if you like this or not, like in terms of me producing, right? I'm going to say what I think is wisdom. I'm going to say what I think is beneficial. I'm going to live my life philosophy, and I'm going to put it out on video because it makes me feel good, because I am the ultimate judgment of my material, right? You can't tell me it's shit because I don't fucking care what you say about it. I care about what I think about it. And you could say it's great, it's awesome, and if I don't like it, it doesn't matter, right? It's empty. And I wouldn't want people, by the way, kind of dovetailing into a couple of topics, I wouldn't want people to like me for something that I'm actually not, right? I want to actually I want you to, if you're like, I like this John Swolmez guy, okay? I want you to like it because that's me, because I'm genuine, because I'm authentic, because that's me, not because I'm putting on some kind of front or some fake bullshit or trying to gain your validation. It's going to be meaningless to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'd rather you hate me. That's better. Okay. So maybe one more question, and then I'm probably going to have to get going here. Let's see. Lots of questions scrolling by here. Looking for something good. There's a lot of interesting questions. Please mind. I'm not sure the question was. So many that I could be tempted to answer, but oh, here we go. This is relevant because I was just watching some of his stuff. And I'd actually like him to get on this YouTube channel. So I've been reaching out to him. We'll see. I'm going to keep on trying. So John Smith says, what do you think of RSD Tyler? What do I think of RSD Tyler? So I was just looking at his like hot seat at home program, which is, I thought it was pretty good. Like, really some like, you think that I'm hard on you guys as far as like missions and shit to like try to like get you to go and talk to girls and stuff. He's got some hardcore shit. I like the guy actually a lot, because I like the philosophy that he preaches. I just cannot argue with some of this stuff, right? And some of the stuff that he talks about is just like, it's stuff that I thought that I had only discovered in life. And then he's like, oh yeah, I can't think of anything on the spot right now, but in general, I think the guy, and here's what I really like. Okay, I was watching this thing that he did, like this hot seat thing, and there was this guy that basically was like in the audience, and he raised his hand, and he's like complaining about like, is this a video that we're already seen before? And what he did was he basically like called the guy out, but then like he did it in such a genuine and authentic way that he like reached out a helping hand to the guy. He was like, it basically like, and this is a true sense of someone who's authentic. Now you might say, yeah, he makes a lot of money marketing and selling all this. Yeah, just fine. Okay. But this is like the true test is calling people on their bullshit, but loving them and caring about them enough to gently help them through it and not let them bullshit you, right? Tony Robbins has the same attribute as well, and I've seen him live do this. Okay, regardless of what you think about, I know he does some scammy shit. I know, I understand that, but where someone's real heart is, I think is shown here. And so anyway, he basically reached out to this guy and like got him up on stage and like worked through his issues and really like did not let him off the hook, but at the same time didn't fucking dismiss him. And it's so easy like to dismiss people because they're assholes, okay, or to let people off the hook because you don't want to offend them. But it's a really hard line to say, like, to be like, look, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. Like, you're wrong. Bullshit. Like, you have all kinds of wrong. But you know what? that's great. That's awesome. You're still awesome. I still love you. And to really honestly, that's like the heart of really helping people. And so, again, you can say that he's scam and you can say all this stuff. And I can understand some of your viewpoints on that. I can totally see those things. And so a lot of people that aren't entrepreneurs and don't have online businesses, they really don't understand it. But the thing is, like, he really has a really good insight for human psychology, and he really does care about people, and he really does try and help his students and whatnot. Again, so again, there may be some differences philosophically that we have. It's fine, like everyone is going to have, but in general, one of the like, and just like an overarching, just general piece of advice is that when you talk to people, okay, if you want to be successful in communicating with people and being charismatic and having people like you, just like be so chill, like just be okay with whatever is going on, like, and be authentic and genuine, right? Just be like, okay, this and call it what it is, and don't get upset about it. Like, just accept, right? You accept yourself, you accept that other person, and you're just like figure out ways to be chill like that. And I know it's hard, I'm not using the best vocabulary to describe it, but I think you get the sense of it, right? And maybe you get the sense of it when I'm doing videos, when I'm talking to you, that I'm trying to convey that, right? Because I'm not like, it's literally like almost to the point of there's nothing that you're going to do or you're going to say that's going to make me say, fuck you and get out of here. I don't want to ever see you again, right? Whatever it is, I'm going to engage, right? In dialogue, and we're going to have a conversation because we're human beings, right? To understand that at that basic level. So, all right. So Ricky, Ricky. All right. So, well, let's see here. All right. Hey, Gregory, what's going on, man? Yeah, video 3 on the business video series is going to be coming out. And yes, I know the fitness course has been delayed because, like I said, I did fall off the wagon a little bit here. He's the John Summers of getting pussy. All right. So that's it. I don't want to leave you guys, but I got to go. I got to go to the gym. I got to lift weights. And I'll do more of these live streams. If you guys like this live stream, if you want me to do more, thumbs up and share. If you thumbs up and share, I will do more live streams more often. The more thumbs up and shares, because if this is beneficial, right? If you guys are liking this, then I'm going to do more of that. So, I am out. I will talk to you guys later. Take care.